Hi guys, it's Music Beauty Life here with a out-of-box review of the Maybelline Anti-Age The Eraser Foundation. And I actually purchased this in two different colors. I purchased this in Fawn and in Cameo, mainly because these were the only two colors that were sort of similar to my skin tone available on the website that I purchased them. I purchased them through Amazon.co.uk. And I guess the name of the company that I bought them from, even though their Amazon name is a little bit different, is 5starcosmetics.co.uk. It came with this lovely flyer, and it says it's got a full range of products, so I'm going to go check that out a little bit later today. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but I have swatched the lighter color that I knew wasn't going to match my skin at the moment, but this might work for me a little bit later in the winter. And I'm thinking that Fawn will actually be a pretty good match. So we're just going to start with the product. I'm sorry if my hair is a little bit frizzy, but it's like a super rainy day here in Greece, which is very unusual actually. And when I washed my hair yesterday and curled it, this is kind of like the leftover curl that I just touched up a few different curls. The product that I use, which I don't usually use, which I think is a Schwarzkopf product, just didn't really work well with my hair. So I kind of have like flat roots and I don't know, it's really weird. But anyway, on my face, I've already applied my moisturizer, and today I used the Instant Radiance Balm by Soap & Glory, the Bright Here, Bright Now. You've seen this in my other videos. And I just applied that with my Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman brush, just to kind of get it nicely blended in so my face feels really nice and moisturized. So what you're going to do when you first get the product, you'll notice that there are some arrows on the, let me see if I can show them to you in the camera. I don't know if that's picking up, but we'll see. Yeah, you can see that. The arrows show you which direction to go in. So we're just going to keep twisting this until we get a little bit of product out. And I'm going to go slowly so I can make sure that I don't get too much product like I did on the other one. Now the effect is supposed to be to use this sponge tip to blend in the foundation, and I haven't done it, but I have looked at some other YouTubers' videos, and it's about 50-50. Some people really like the sponge, and some people really hate it. So we're going to find out right now how I feel about it. You can see the foundation just peeking through, and I'm going to leave it at this point because I really don't want to apply too much, and I want to be able to really control it. So I'm just going to zoom in so that you can see me applying this to my face. I know my skin is kind of in a terrible state right now, so I'm sorry that you have to look at that. But I'm just going to the color is a pretty good match. And I can say for sure that a little bit definitely goes a long way. And it feels very moisturizing. And the skin really does have a very smoothed out appearance. Now I've made sure to clean my face really well before I applied my makeup, so that I didn't get any contamination because of my breakouts with this sponge applicator. And I also just dabbed a little bit of alcohol onto them to make sure that they weren't going to spread anything. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Just going to zoom out a little bit so that I can, I guess I'll apply 2 more twists of product. Oh, nothing came up. Nope. Nope. So I just want to try it with the brush so that we can see with this sponge tip applicator, so we can really see if it works. I mean, that is probably the point of calling it an eraser. So you can see that this shade is maybe just 1 shade lighter than my neck. So I may have actually needed a slightly darker shade. There we go. Getting a little bit more product out there now. I'm just going to take this down into my chin area, just over my brows, and might as well pop it on the lids as well, since we have this lovely soft sponge-tipped applicator. And I'm just going to like dab over any blemishes I have, which they're pretty bad in the center of my face right now, unfortunately. So now I'm just going to zoom in without using anything else to blend, just so that you can see the effect with the sponge tip. So you can see that it is very shiny, dewy, and you can definitely see that it has anti-aging properties in it. Now I think I'm just going to take a clean stippling brush, and I'm just going to use it to kind of perfect what's left on my face from the sponge. I think I would have to use it a few more times to decide if I like the sponge tip applicator. So I'm just going to swirl it down into my neck and, you know, touch it up around the hairline, because obviously with a sponge tipped applicator it's a little bit harder to get it into the hairline. So there is the look. I mean, it does feel very moisturizing. I would say not oily, but definitely moisturizing, and my skin does feel very relieved and kind of, I don't want to say plumped because I've only used it once, but I can feel a very big difference in my skin from just before my moisturizer. Coverage seems to be medium. I do still have a little bit of a problem with some of my pimples. So because we use a stippling brush, I'm just going to go back in with the eraser and try to cover those a little bit. Just like that. And now I also have the Age Rewind, Instant Age Rewind Under Eye Corrector. I also bought that. So we're going to try this, and I know a lot of YouTube gurus really like this product. I'll tell you what it says about it. It's formulated with caffeine and silk. This formula instantly and visibly lifts eye area. Radiance Pearls visibly help conceal dark circles and brighten tired eyes. And it's hypoallergenic and won't clog pores and is dermatologist tested, excuse me. I actually got this in Fair, but I do have some more coming. I don't know how long it's going to take to get here. My father's sending me a package from the United States, so I will also get the medium as well. It's going to just tap it on the eye area. I could use a brush to conceal it, but I'm just going to try it with my fingers today and see how I like it. Now instantly I see that it has similar coverage to some of my other concealers, but it has a much thinner consistency, and I think that's going to help with any sort of imperfections and creases, or if you have dry skin and you kind of notice that you get a little bit cakey under the eyes. This feels a lot more moisturizing than any other concealer that I've used. It does feel like an eye cream and a concealer in one. It just does have a completely different texture. I just want to show you. Can you see that it's kind of the consistency of a tinted moisturizer, just with a lot more pigment? So just going to tap a little bit more in that corner of the eye area. This would obviously be way too light to conceal any of my blemishes with. But as you know, I do really like a brightened, lifted under eye. So we're just going to kind of blend that in. I like to sweep over my eyelid to make sure it doesn't get too thick of a coverage, and then you can just take any sort of blending brush that you like. Here I'm using the Real Techniques, let's see which one is this, the Deluxe Crease Brush, and I'm just going to kind of buff the edges just a little bit to make sure that we get a really perfect blend. So here is what the final face look is with the brand new Instant Age Rewind, the Eraser Perfect and Cover Foundation by Maybelline New York. And I've also used the Instant Age Rewind Concealer. Actually, this one doesn't have the word rewind in it. It just says Instant Age, the Eraser. So I've just used these two new products. I do have to say that the foundation kind of talks about how it has a very weightless feel. And I would say you do really get that with this foundation. You're getting sort of the feeling of having like a really nice light gel treatment on your face versus having like a cakey foundation. It definitely doesn't feel at all like I have foundation on. In fact, I feel like I could maybe almost forget and like rub my face thinking, oh, I'm not wearing anything. So it does feel really light. It looks light. Everything seems to be, you know, sort of covering any sort of creases and lines. And I look forward to trying out the other shades of the concealer so I can see if maybe I can use the concealer to conceal some of my problem skin that I'm having right now. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful if you're thinking about trying this product or if you have already tried it and you were just wondering what my take was on it. So if you have tried it and you have a video on it, feel free to post it below. We'd all love to see your response and your opinion on the product. And I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.